interesting day at the office. Unfortunately, we got jumped today. The boys responded really well in the second half, but in the end, the scoreboard suggests that we came out second best.
Yeah, it does, Sean. Yeah, it was an interesting one because early on, the information we were getting was good. We were good around the footy and getting our chances to go forward. But we got hurt by a team which is extremely efficient. To kick 8 goals straight in the first quarter. We don't have the possessions that they take, but I don't think it would have been much different between us and them. Our inside 50s were very, very good early, but we were inefficient, and the opposition was extraordinarily efficient, and full credit to them.
And killed us as soon as we seemed to turn the ball over in the first
They
quarter.
did.
They were on it like wide over us.
Yeah, and we're overusing the ball by hand, so that's something we've got to continue to coach and work with our boys. There was a period in the first quarter we had 28 kicks and 24 handballs. It's not how we teach them to play. So after quarter time, when we got our kick to handball ratio right and we trusted the kick to the next contest and we competed well, we got ourselves back into the game, and really there were times during the third quarter and at times even the last where we weren't that far off actually pinching it.
Oh, that's right. That third quarter, the rain was starting to come down. There was lightning, there was thunder, there was AFL Vic officials looking at whether the game should continue. But
That's right.
the boys really stood up during that time frame, and it's been we've spoken about it on this show in the last couple of weeks that area after half time has been troublesome. It wasn't today.
No. And so I thought today got rid of a few issues that we've had up till now, because where we were placed at half time, and when the opposition kicked the first goal of the third quarter to have a 10-goal margin, if we lacked character, we'd have gone under and well under, and we'd be talking about a 100-plus point defeat, and where would we go from there? But the fact is that we got ourselves back into the game just by challenging the boys in terms of their character and their mindset, and saying, all right, we got ourselves into this problem, we've got to get ourselves out of it, and it's all of us to do that. So obviously we tried to go over a few things that we needed to do at half time, but as I said, there was a lot to admire about today, just as much as there was a lot to learn from it.
Very young group that we've got this year at the Rebels, but I thought today, especially after half time, the leaders of the club really stood up and really put stamp their imprimatur on the game. Yeah,
and that was a very pleasing thing. That's one of the great learnings from today, is that as a coach, when you have a great deal of respect and regard for a leadership program, which I have had for a long period of time, way back to 1997, when we actually first begun to bring a leadership system into my coaching philosophy, there's at times when you really will rely on your leaders, and we saw our leaders today show some real leadership, and that's the toughest time, when you've got 10-goal defeat staring at you, or worse. You see which of your boys are going to stand up under pressure, and I was delighted to see our leaders stand up.
Development round next weekend. For most of the boys, it's a weekend off. We'll probably have, hopefully, some boys involved in the Victoria Country minicamp during the week. But for those that aren't, are you going to give them any specific instruction about what to do on the Easter weekend with footy?
Certainly will be, yeah. And we give them specific instruction anyway, Sean. By Tuesday night, they've all had a voice memo, which is like it's like a weekly report to them. It's about, okay, what are the key learnings from the weekend? What did we think that the boys did well? Where can they get better? But then this particular week we'll have an emphasis on, well, okay, what do you do over the Easter break? So the idea of the TAC Cup to regularly have a bye is to respect the fact that they're young bodies, and it could be a chance to go away, do something different. If they haven't had a lot of game time, we might say go and have a game at your local club, but it's all dealt with individually, Sean, not as a group type thing.
Well, Coach, weekend off for yourself and for the coaching group to refresh as well. Enjoy the weekend off. Hope the Easter Bunny's kind to you. We'll see you back in a couple of weeks for a big Anzac Day game against the Cannons.
Good on you, Sean. I remember this time last year, where were we? We were Norton 3 and we finished in a very, very good state. But what I saw today after half time was some really encouraging signs. As I said, a lot to learn, but just as much a lot to admire about this group.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Sean.